Hey guys, it's me, EODGamer here, and in this video, I want to talk about something that I've been hearing a lot more from the community. Many more comments have been saying that you are getting a bit exhausted with the amount of new characters that are coming out. I don't know whether it's a good or bad thing because every single new patch, we have been having 2 new characters and 2 reruns of characters that we really want. Unless you are a super whale or a super lucky person, chances are you are going to miss at least 50% of these new 4 characters that are being released. For example, in 2.1, you might have only pulled for Akirion and had to give up the other 3 because you simply don't have enough resources. But with every single patch, 2 new characters coming out, 2 new 5 stars coming out, and etc together with the 4 star, this makes it very difficult for free-to-plays to actually make a decision, and there's tons of resources that is needed to be saved up and stuff like that. A lot of decisions need to be making. And I think you guys are feeling it too, especially if you went all in recently on Akirion or any of the recent characters like maybe Sparkle and stuff like that as well. And you're maybe looking to pull a rerun character like Jingliu, Fucc, Topaz and Nambi, etc. We of course did our prediction video already. This is not going to be a predictions video. I just want to talk about something that I think is going to be more likely coming in 2.3, because in the first time, and of course we'll do our predictions video for 2.3, but for the first time in 2.3, we might not have a 4-star character. Now, it could age like milk because I was waiting almost the entire day for Honkai Star Rail Hoyoverse to release the 4-star drip marketing. They didn't. Of course, 2.2 didn't have the 4-star also, but some would argue that maybe you might have a new Trailblazer, maybe you get a Harmony Trailblazer and stuff like that. So that could count for a new 4-star character. So 2.3, probably the first time ever, and it's very clever because if you think about it, if you wanted less amount of engagement, less characters to pull for a 4-star, taking out the 4-star character will give them certain information on engagement statistics and stuff like that. So probably they are hearing our thoughts, they are feeling that the community is quite drained from all these. Or an interesting thing that can happen is that for the first time ever, they might introduce a triple banner system. Why do I think that is very likely? If you look at the past trend, and that's why I'm here on my spreadsheet for predictions, if you look at the past trend, out of all of the quote-unquote like old characters, let's talk all the way until like 1.4, right? So until Topaz and Nambi, until Jingliu, Fucc, all of these characters will have their first rerun already all the way up to 1.4 as of 2.3. And the oldest character that has not made a single appearance would actually be tied between Ho as well as Zila, who's even longer hasn't seen her rerun. So it's the first patch that a second rerun is actually now the oldest character, which leads to my opinion, they can go 2 ways. One is they drag on the second rerun for eternity, like maybe they drag it for even longer, 6 months more, which means if that's the case, your first rerun is very critical because you will never likely see your second rerun very soon. It could be 1 year later, etc. But if we go down the route of having triple banners, which means that let's say Ho is in the rerun for 2.3, and then you have like a third banner like Zila in another banner as well, then in that case it lowers the value of a first rerun, and in that case increases the value of a second rerun, because we have a bit more certainty of when the second rerun is now going to come back, so we can afford to like miss 1 rerun. Which way is better, which way is not, I am not exactly sure. Let me know in the comments below if you guys have a preference. Would you rather them drag out the second rerun or run like triple banners? Because for free to play, making choice between 4 is already hard. Making a choice between 6 is even harder, especially if you might never see the second rerun characters ever again, or maybe like 1 year later or something. So those are some interesting things. And anyways, we'll be doing our 2.3 prediction video upcoming shortly as well. One reason, another like side note that I think that they didn't want to release a 4-star is if you look at the timing, you take out the calendar and you count the number of weeks. Banners last for 3 weeks, and the Jade banner, like let's say for example Firefly is the first patch and then you have Jade in the second half. Your second half is actually coinciding with Zenless Zone Zero's official launch somewhere in early July to mid-July, which is interesting because if you don't pull for Jade, you probably have nothing to do, so you might gravitate towards going into Zenless Zone Zero and playing. They don't want to like distract us by having a new character and content there as well. So it's very interesting how they are trying to do their strategy. Let me know in the comments if you're interested. And anyways, I just want to do a quick shout out to ourselves. We have a ZZZ channel. Now it's like full of cutscenes and stuff like that. But I'll be putting out a lot more guides as I'm working on the CBT3 information, getting a gist of everything. Similar to how we did it for CBT for Honkai Star Rail into official launch. I'll be there to support you as well, and hope you can support me on EODGamer ZZZ on YouTube as well. We're almost at 1K. Hopefully we can hit there soon. And thank you guys so much for watching again, and see you in the next video.